What type of interactions did you have with Bunchy Carter?
Bunchy was all right. I really didn't have that much interactive with Bunchy because Bunchy was to himself.
Was it talk about him being a Panther?
The Panthers take care of me. I'm debating to be a Panther right now.
Okay. Do you keep in touch with Kenny Carter?
No, but I keep in touch with my brothers in Kansas City that send me around the world to talk to children. And they have an organization. I can't think of his last name, but he's a Panther. Fred, I can't think, you know I'm talking about Fred. I keep in touch with him. I met him in Kansas.
Fred Hampton?
Hampton. G2 sent me to Kansas City, me, Barefoot Pookie, and little Latino man, and my husband, to talk to the youth. They couldn't believe me being married to a blood, that, you know, it could work. I mean, people have different fragments, you know.
When you first met Tookie, was Barefoot Pookie hanging around?
Pretty much with his feet hanging out the door with no shoes on. Pretty much. And me, myself, I grew up in the ghetto, but my parents removed me from the ghetto, and I took my ghetto-ass friends to West Covina, where my parents moved me to. So, yeah, I did that. So, yeah, we had, you know, I was just that person. My parents went out of town, the party was at the house, you know.
Did you know the Bell family, Mouse, Cutes, and Rusty?
No, I knew Sam Bell. Sam Bell? And he was a very reputable
What
blood.
area? What area?
I don't know what area, but he was a blood. I think he was Athens Park or something.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah,
I mean
Sam Bell was reputable.
I mean the Crips, Tookie, Pookie, what about Big Mouse, and Cutes, and Rusty?
I knew everybody was supposed to be a motherfucking gang member at my age.
Right.
And under.
Okay.
And if they wasn't about the loyalty, we did not fuck with them, period.
Gotcha.
That was our shit, loyal.
Gotcha. Do you happen to know Cat Caesar from East Coast? No.
No.
You remember Bird from Slausons when you was a youngster?
Yes, my cousin. I told you I already used to go with Bird. From Slausons. Pat O'Neill.
So Bird had a big name. Did guys look up to Bird?
Look at this. Nobody fuck with Bird. Believe me. And our gangs and nobody else gangs ain't had it like Bird and them. They were more mature. They were on point. They was loyal. You know what I mean? Real loyalty, because these niggas ain't got no loyalties, and these bitches don't either. And I'm keep it real. They were loyal. My family was businessmen. My cousin, my oldest cousin, was president of Baby Businessmen, Ronald Gentry. And Little Ronnie, he was vice president. Both of them was my cousins. So, you know, I learned. And I watched them. I babysitted their kids while they was out gang banging, okay? But yeah, the loyalty is gone. It's nothing. I don't give a fuck, and I'm not disrespecting their motherfucking gunner, shooter, whatever you want to be, but where is the loyalty? Where's the loyalty about your grandmother? Where's the loyalty about your mom and dad? Where's the loyalty about your auntie? Where's the loyalty about a motherfucker doing a drive-by and kill your cousin or your sister? Where is the loyalty? Because I know I just came up off a mission, and I ain't scared to tell nobody about a bitch putting her hands on me. What you thought I did? I went back riding. And I didn't use a gun. I wanted head up fade.
So look, where did your parents migrate from?
My mother is from Los Angeles. My father is from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. Do you know what year they moved, or he moved to Los Angeles?
No, I don't know what year we moved here. I mean, he moved here and met my mom, but he was in the service. My grandmother lived on 40th and Avalon. She had 2 restaurants over there. And she was a bookie, horse bookie over there. They were married 60 years. My dad died at 70. My mother is still living. She's 93 years old, still walking, talking like me and you.
When you was young like that, what was the racial makeup of the East Side?
Well, Actually, it was only Latinos and blacks over there. You know, I grew up, well, when I was old enough to know where I was on 98th in town. We moved from 98th in town to 101st in town. It was a one-bedroom house. My father remodeled it and made it out a three-bedroom house.
All right, all right. How many brothers and sisters you have?
I have one brother, no sisters.
So when you said you guys used to hang on Imperial or Central?
Right there by the freeway. Stops.
Right.
That was, well, if it wasn't a skating ring, it was stops.
What kind of lowrider did you have, Chita?
I didn't have a lowrider. My brother lowrider was, because when he get loaded off his pills, I was still the 58 Chevy green metal flake with the suicide doors. And my little friend I was going with, Gregory, he had a Mazda. They had a Mazda club.
Oh, shit.
But I used to steal my brother's car. And by the time I go to school, he'd come in. It'd be time for me to go to high school, lock. So I would take his car and be scraping up and down San Pedro. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing. The nigga, I had to get some homies. Get in the car, how you do it, you know? Get it back home for the nigga wake up, you know? And I had it parked back before he woke up.
So look, I wasn't born yet, but in the 60s and early 70s, what was the pimping and hoeing like? What was the spots at? What was the host draw?
Well, the host draw was always on Figueroa. My aunt, my second cousin, was the biggest prostitute in L.A. She had it going on. She's a minister now in Frisco. We get to go to her church and preach too. And I used to watch her. She was so pretty. And then my mama brother was a pimp. So between the cousin and the brother, well, they played cards every Saturday night, every Friday night, and they would fight, stab each other. I remember one night my grandmother would have us making sandwiches. They would have card games, and we would serve the sandwiches. They would tip us, and they would pay my grandma. My grandma was a madam, I'm not gonna lie. And we met all the people that we needed to know. So every Friday, they would compete to 5 houses of my family members, which would be my mama house, my grandma house, my 2 aunts, and my uncles. And they would have card games, and they would gamble for money. So one night, I had went out, and I came back home, and the police was all in front of my house. And I'm like, what the fuck done happened? I thought maybe my brother had got in trouble, or my dad must have beat my brother, some dumb shit. But once they let me in, I found out that my uncle had stabbed up my auntie boyfriend about a card game. And he ran out the house and ran up 101st to 101st in San Pedro, and he fell in front of the motel. So the police went there first, then they came back to my house and got my uncle and took him to jail for attempted murder. So I was born into it.
What was they doing on Western and on Broadway? Hoeing up and down both of those
streets? Hoeing up, down Western, Figueroa, and Broadway. It was 3 streets. And Imperial. They used to hit Imperial every now and then.
What about Century?
Century was a hot, Century was hot too. Main commodity.
Was back then, was they hoeing near the airport?
Pretty much. You know, they was close. Look, they was from Perry to the airport hoeing deeply.